We have Ohio State with us here. I got you. Coach Day, congratulations on the victory. The Buckeyes now 13-0. Coach, would you like to make an opening statement, and then we'll open questions for players?
Yeah, just, what a gritty win, that we knew it was going to be like this. To beat a well-coached Wisconsin team twice in 1 year, both in the top 10 when we played them, that's not easy to do. And then the way that we came off of these last two games, they were both emotional wins, and 3 back-to-back wins like this, it shows you what this team's made of. But then to go down the way we did and come back and play in the second half, I think you've seen our talent, you've seen our execution, you've seen a lot of things, but today showed our team's heart, and I think that's what makes this the best win of the year.
We'd like to remind our media, please, to raise your hand with any questions. We'll acknowledge you here from the podium. Front row, please go ahead.
Hey, Ryan, Ari Wasserman, The Athletic. Were you nervous at halftime?
Was I nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. Yeah, but we had a group of guys in that locker room who were barking at each other that they weren't going to leave this place without a win, and then we all got together and said, this is like life. It isn't always going to work out the way you want it, and the challenge was we were going to find out what was really made inside of us, and I thought you saw that.
Right, and since the day you took this job, you've known what was ahead in terms of the expectations and where people thought this program needed to be. When you're looking back now, you go undefeated your first year, you beat the rival, now you're a Big Ten champion. Can you just take a deep breath? I know there's goals ahead, you want to win a national title, but can you, at the baseline of where you got, can you finally feel good about, hey, we did what we were supposed to do?
I don't know. I know what you're saying. There's a lot of stories to be told tonight. I don't think my story is one of them, but I will say, when people are given opportunities in life and there's certain high expectations, you can't worry about those things. You just have to go. And you just have to believe in yourself. And I thought of this as an opportunity, not as a situation where people were going to expect something that was unrealistic. And you just go. And you just put your trust in the team. And I think this coaching staff is the best coaching staff in America. And I think these leaders and these players are the best in the country. And we still got a lot of football to play.
You can't exhale?
I don't know. It just that game was such an emotional game. I think we'll kind of get back to the hotel, take a deep breath, and then maybe get to enjoy it.
Coach, we're going to direct your attention to front row on your right, please.
Tino Bovenzi from Spectrum News. Things didn't come easy for Justin today at all, the first half. And then the second half, he kept swinging and ends up turning out being the MVP of the game. Can you just speak on his play and how he responded?
Yeah, well, he didn't get a chance to practice as much as he would have liked to this week, and so I think early on it was a combination of our protection and maybe him just being a little rusty, just not getting the amount of reps and live reps that he needed during the week. Being a quarterback, so much is timing. And when you're in the NFL and you've had years and years and hundreds of games under your belt, maybe you don't need it as much. But when you're a 19-year-old sophomore who hasn't played a ton of football, you need to practice. And the way that he played today without having a full week of practice is incredible. And his heart is like I've never seen before. And the way he came out to play today goes to show you that. But that's a microcosm of this team. You know what I mean? You look at the way Chase went through this season. I mean, you could go through the different stories, but there's something special about these guys.
Yeah, and then one for Chase. The defense really turned it up in the second half. You guys, I don't think, gave up a point. What was the difference for you guys to make that change?
I think we just had to go back in and refocus, and just do the simple things like tackle, do our assignments. And, Coach Day, he just kept saying, just keep swinging. And, we just kept swinging, and, we turned it out, and it turned out for the best.
For our writers, we would like to please request let's ask questions for the players first to begin. We're going to go back to the third row on the left.
Jay Graves report. Chase, just to piggyback on his question, you guys found yourself down 14 points early. When you being the leader of that defense, what was the conversation that you were having with those guys in the huddle, because you hadn't found yourself in that position all season?
Yeah, halftime, we went back in the locker room, and I just said there was no need for any yelling, because it was the simple things that we just weren't doing, like tackling and doing our jobs. And I feel like our second half, when we made those corrections, I feel like you see what happened, and we didn't give up any points.
To the right, second row.
Players, do you guys, there's going to be a lot of debate now. Do you think you deserve to be number one? And also for Coach Day, that question. And two, how much of coming out the way you guys did maybe had something to do with having played Wisconsin before, and it wasn't easy, but the final score was easy, I guess.
Let's go and start with your first question. If you want to address that to the players, Justin, do you want to take that one?
Number one? You
Do I
deserve
think
to
we
be
should
number one. Yeah.
Really, just looking at it and knowing the guys on our team, I feel like a lot of guys just have heart, and of course the outsiders can't really see that. But in my heart, I think we should be number one, and I hope we are. So.
Chase?
Definitely, I think we number one, point blank. Period. I just feel like a team like this that hit a lot of adversity and has been tested, many times, and times like today. And to see us come back and not just come back, but we came back and we dominated just off two corrections. I feel like a team who could just flip the switch like that is, a number one worthy team.
Coach Day, same question.
Yeah, I think when you look at our resume and what we've done, beating Wisconsin when they're a top 10 team twice in 1 year, and then again this 3-game stretch was unlike I think any team has had in the country. And the committee does a great job of ranking these teams, and these are top 15 teams, top 10 teams that we played 3 weeks in a row. And I don't think if there's anything else that shows what this team's made of, you saw it here today. And the fact that we went down and played the way we did in the first half, but then to come back and play the way we did in the second half, not only shows you our talent, but shows you the heart of this team. And again, if there's a better team out there, I'd like to see them.
Stay with questions for the players, please. Third row on the left.
Yes, hi, it's Matt Treckenoi from Herb FM Sports Radio. So, Chase, go ahead and tell us how dominant you guys were in the second half.
After we made our corrections, what we try to do is get 3 and outs, and I feel like for the most part, we succeeded. I feel like when plays had to be made, they were made. And I feel like really that's the only thing you can ask when the play has to be made and we make it, and we get off the field for the offense. I think that's the best thing we can do, and we did it.
And then also talk about like in the third quarter where Wisconsin had a chance to score, they missed a field goal. How important was that for that point of the game?
It was definitely a momentum shift, and I think our offense, we just took that they just took that momentum, and just ran with it, and it just continued throughout the rest of the game, and we came out with the victory.
Front row on the left, or rather on the right, please.
Justin over here. This one wasn't easy for you in the first half, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep.
And then you guys come back in the second half, kind of explode a little bit, and you end up being MVP of the game. What does that mean to you? How sweet is this victory?
This victory is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime victory, and I did struggle a little bit in the first half, but I just knew to myself that I'm a better player than what I was actually playing. So just kind of going back to my roots and just getting that confidence back and getting a rhythm. I think that kind of helped me a lot in the second half.
Front row, left.
Justin and Chase, did you need a game like this? Justin, does this help show what you're capable of being in the playoff?
I just think the team knew we already had it in us, so I'm just glad the world actually got to see what this team was made of. So I'm glad it happened.
It's definitely a good game for the nation to see when we get tested, and how we handle adversity, and I feel like as you see today, we handle adversity pretty well. So I feel like that's a big part of playing this game.
For transcription, that second reply was Chase. Third row on the left.
Chase, you missed a few games this season, but you came back and didn't lose any momentum on the way you were playing at the beginning of the season. Talk to everybody about how you were able to keep that same momentum going after missing 2 or 3 weeks.
I think what I had to do is lean on, my brothers, Coach Day, all the coaches, my family, not really listen to the outside noise. And, I never got, my coaches and my team never said anything bad about the situation. They always had my back. And I feel like that just gave me even more confidence to, to continue every week and go out and, just try to play my best games. And, I just can't thank, my family and my teammates and my coaches enough for the support, because it made me go even harder.
We'll take just a couple more for players, front row here left.
Chase, the defense, can it, aside from what happened in the first half, how much better can this defense be over the next couple of games?
We played Buckeye defense in the second half, I say. First half, we didn't play, we weren't ourselves. But I feel like as you see, in the second half, I feel like we played pretty lights out for the most part. And, obviously, in the first half, we made a lot of mistakes, a lot of missed tackles. So like I say every week, we just got to go back to the meeting rooms and just make our corrections.
Do we have any remaining questions for the players? Back row.
This is for Chase Young. Chase, how badly did you guys need that fake punt? And Drew Chrisman, he threw a bullet. Have you guys seen that in practice?
Not maybe once. I'm trying to think. Maybe. I don't remember. But when he threw it, everybody was confused. I was like, whoa, like, what happened? And, it was a nice, pretty little, he floated it out there. It was a pretty pass. And, it definitely got us excited, definitely got the crowd excited. And I feel like that just continued our momentum throughout the game.
We'll end on that one for the players. We'll dismiss Chase and Justin. Congratulations. Coach, as we look for our next question, do you want to address the fake punt question?
Yeah, I felt like we needed a spark at that moment, and something that Mike Barnes had recognized that we thought we had a shot at, and we practiced it during the week, and Drew actually throws a pretty good ball, and, I always want to be aggressive, and we felt like we had it. We felt like we needed it at that point, kind of had to get a spark going, and, I thought that gave us a little juice there in the first half when we needed it.
We'll take a few more for the coach. First row on the right, please.
Coach, J.K. had another heavy carry game, and he delivered again. I mean, what does it say about him as a leader on this team to perform like this every single week, running the gauntlet on this tough schedule?
Oh, man. I mean, 3 weeks in a row now, he's got 172 yards rushing on 33 carries. Wow. He ran hard. The offensive line, it wasn't. That's a good defense, and they kept swinging and swinging and swinging, and we were going uphill, and we knew we weren't going to run Justin in this game. That makes a huge difference. When you can't run your quarterback and we're not reading guys at the line of scrimmage, that changes everything. And so we knew going into the game that we weren't going to be able to do that. So we knew it was going to be hard, tough sledding, and they just kept swinging and kept playing hard. And I'm just proud of these guys, the way they responded.
And then to follow that up, looking at the road ahead, it's most likely Clemson or Oklahoma, depending on where you guys end up, 1 or 2. The road doesn't get any easier from this point on. What's going to be the message to the guys when you guys find out tomorrow?
Yeah, I told the guys enjoy this right now. We finished the race. It was tough at the end. It was like neck and neck. We finally finished this race. They need to enjoy it, and then tomorrow we'll come up for air and figure this thing out and figure out where we are and all this. But we need to enjoy this. This was a long road. These last 3 weeks were hard. They were tough, emotional. And I think our team's blown out right now. I think they need a little break. They need to get away from this thing and take a deep breath, because that took everything we had to win that game.
Couple of more for Coach Day, front row left.
Ryan, some couple of new additions to the staff this year. Talk about the impact that Greg Madison has had, not only just on the defense, but on the overall program, his experience coming into this program.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. That was one of the huge question marks coming into the season, and he's been a big part of our defensive success and the way that he's handled things. He's been in these spots before. He's got experience. He's won national championships. He's done a lot of things, and so he's had a major impact on our staff, and his experience is really critical for us.
Let's go row 2 and then row 1.
Ryan Gino Green from College Sports Overload. Even in defeat, Jonathan Taylor went over 100 yards and became the 7th player in FBS history to have more than 6,000 yards rushing. Talk about the impact that he's had not only on the Big Ten but in college football.
Oh, man, what a back. I've not seen many guys who have the combination that he has of size and change direction, body control, power. He's a talented back, and it's been great to watch he and JK go back and forth here. And he ran hard, broke some tackles in the game, and nothing but credit for their not only their scheme and the way they're coached, but their talent. And he's one of the best backs in I guess in the Big Ten history, and he deserves all the credit he gets.
Row 1 here on the left.
Hey, Ryan, when you're in the middle of a season, when does it occur to you that you might have a team that is national title caliber?
That's a great question. I think after the first Wisconsin game, you hope that maybe, we have a shot at this thing. And then as we go, we play Penn State and kind of work your way through it. And then, last week as we started to pull away in that rivalry game, you start to think, you might have a shot at this thing. And now that we've won this game here, I mean, we're 2 games away. So it's real now. And we deserve to be in it. And I think we've done an unbelievable job of staying in the moment and not getting too far ahead of ourselves. But now it's real, and so we're in it now. And so I'd say after this game, now is when you can at least say, hey, we got a chance at this thing.
We've got time for 2 more. We're going to go to the right side front row.
Ryan, the moment when you got to lift the trophy with your guys up there on the stage, it's pure elation for you. But what did that really feel like after? This is your first year and you're undefeated still, Big Ten champs. What did that feel like?
Well, it felt great for our coaching staff. It felt great for the leaders. It felt great for this team who we've been through a lot together, and I'm just proud of them. There were so many expectations put on us this season, going into the season, and our ability to stay locked in and week out and play together as a team. And then for the first real time face adversity, we're losing in a game, because that was the big question mark in my mind. What were we going to do when we went down 2 scores at halftime? Because we didn't know. And then we responded the way we did in that third quarter. It was unbelievable. I mean, you could feel the electricity in the stadium, and then we just imposed our will. And I think that goes to show you how special this team is. And, again, after these 3 weeks, they've been 3 emotional wins. And to get this championship, it was just a great feeling.
Coach Day, congratulations. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck going forward. Thank you.